The question that we approach today is very, very relevant for those at mid-career at the halftime of life. And many who are entering this stage of life, they find themselves at a crossroads as their kids grow up or are growing up or approaching adulthood. And the looming question, what now, emerges after years of focusing on raising children, juggling various activities, or just staying focused in a long-term job. So stay tuned as we explore how to navigate this pivotal stage and tackle that pressing question.
This podcast is brought to you by DJ Works Media with resources and ideas for you at mid-career or halftime of life. Check out our online courses where we want you to not only start, but finish. Books available in all versions, and songs available for immediate download with sheet music and instrumental accompaniment tracks. Our musicals are family-friendly with great music that's memorable and inspiring. Sign up at goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter for weekly updates. Now to our episode.
Entering a new phase of life after raising children and concluding a long-term career, it can be both liberating and daunting. And this transition, often marked by an empty nest and the end of full-time work, presents unique challenges and opportunities. The question, what now, is common as men and women seek to redefine their identities, set new goals, and find renewed purpose. In the year 1900, the average lifespan for men was 46.3 years, and for women, 48.3. And in 1930, it was 58 years for men and 62 for women. And in 2020, it was 78.9 years in the United States, and it's even getting older now. So medical advancements, improved living standards, and healthier lifestyles, they've all contributed to longevity. And so here in this podcast and the article that accompanies it, we will explore some key strategies to navigate that next life stage with confidence, optimism, and even fun. So let's talk first on reflecting on identity beyond roles. Now, for many years, if you've been a parent, your identity may have been closely tied to your roles as you've raised kids. It's pretty consuming. And as those roles evolve or diminish, well, it's natural to feel really a sense of loss or uncertainty. And the same principle applies for a professional career. And it's a crucial time to reclaim your self-identity and explore who you are beyond those roles. So start by reflecting on your core values, your interests, and your passions. What activities really bring you joy? And what causes resonate with you? So the appendix in the book that I wrote, Stop Circling, and there's an excellent chapter on core values, and I encourage you to read it. And I do provide a free download with this podcast, with the article, that will at least help you start that process. And this time of life, it's an opportunity to rediscover hobbies or interests that may have been set aside during those busy years of raising a family and building and pursuing a career. Well, I have a friend who put off producing his own music until he retired. And even though he had worked for a music company, well, he didn't have time to pursue his own projects, but now he does. So whether it's painting, gardening, traveling, or volunteering, well, now is the time to dive into pursuits that fulfill you personally, or even starting another business, a side business. It's exciting. So understanding and accepting the void that may come with this transition is also important. It's normal to feel a sense of emptiness, a loss, and change as you adjust to this new chapter of life. And acknowledging these feelings, it allows you to at least process them and gradually move toward embracing the opportunities that lie ahead. There are so many. So let's approach navigating the emotional transition. Now, this emotional journey during this phase of life can be complex. The shift from a full household to an empty nest, or the end of a long-term career where you show up every day, often it brings a mix of emotion after the relief, right? But those can include grief, yes, relief, excitement, anxiety, but even boredom. So navigating these emotions is essential to moving forward with a positive mindset, especially if all of a sudden your house is quiet. That's a weird feeling. It's nice in many ways. But one of the first steps is to embrace the change. So accept that it's okay to accept that new chapter in your life. And it's okay to feel a range of emotions. And the emptiness you might feel with children leaving home, it can be profound. And I remember distinctly the feeling I had the day before our oldest son was even born. And I really felt like I'd never be alone again. But that wasn't totally accurate. When our last son finally moved away, there was not only a sense of relief that he was launched, but also of change. The house all of a sudden was so much quieter and cleaner. So also, the end of a career, it can be profound, even as many look forward to that day, but it's a huge change and an opportunity to redefine what daily life looks like. Managing expectations, both your own and those of others, is crucial during this time. So society often has preconceived notions about, well, what life should look like after a certain age or stage. But many of those notions are crushed with examples like Peggy Rowe. Now, she's the mom of Mike Rowe of the hit show Dirty Jobs, which I love Mike Rowe's podcast, by the way. I'll put a plug for it here. But she put out her first bestseller book at the age of 80. So let go of these expectations and focus on what feels right for you. No, you are not too old. And this is your journey. And it's important to tailor it to your unique needs and desires. It's okay. So we're so used to putting all of those desires aside and taking care of everybody else. You might be even taking care of parents. So let's talk about redefining purpose and goals. And as you step into this new phase, redefining your purpose and setting new goals, it can provide the direction and fulfillment you need. And so without the demands of children or a career dictating your schedule, you have the freedom to pursue what truly matters to you. And I've redefined my goals at this stage of my life to give space for more travel and remote work, and I help others do the same. So consider setting fresh, meaningful goals that align with your passions. Even if you are at the point of taking care of parents, you can still do this. Download some of our free goal-setting worksheets for this. They may help you move along. And these aspirations may include pursuing lifelong learning through courses or workshops, exploring new hobbies, or even embarking on a new career path that excites you. How exciting! Life is not over. The possibilities are endless, and the only limits are the ones really you set for yourself. Engaging in mentorship or volunteering can also be incredibly rewarding. We actually have an online course called Hero Mountain Summit that's a mentorship style course as a review of important life principles. Oh, they are important at any stage of life, especially this one. And sharing your skills and experiences with others not only benefits them, but it also adds a sense of purpose to your life. I get such joy in this. So whether it's mentoring younger professionals, volunteering at a local organization, or even starting your own initiative, well, these activities, they can help you stay connected and contribute meaningfully to your community. So I've listed some articles and podcasts in the article, some references, so make sure you check it out. Building a support network. Oh, this is important. During this transition, having a strong support network is invaluable. Connecting with others who are in a similar stage of life can provide comfort, encouragement, and inspiration. So whether through social groups, clubs, or even online communities, finding people who understand what you're going through, it can make the journey smoother. Now, be careful of those relationships that you are not always going to stay in some sort of a victim mindset. Move ahead. Healthy relationships. So strengthening existing relationships is also important and stimulates creativity, good ones. And with more time on your hands, you can focus on deepening connections with your partner, very important, friends or family members. And it's a great time of life. And you, especially if you've been in a marriage relationship for any length of time. So spend the time to really get to know each other again. Things change through the years. Plan regular get-togethers, trips, or just spend time, quality time together having conversations. And these relationships, they can provide a sense of stability and continuity as you navigate this new chapter. Many find themselves just saying, oh, we're different now. No, spend the time, communicate. And in some cases, seeking professional guidance, it might be beneficial because, well, most of us are quite different 20 or 30 years down the road. A coach, counselor, or a therapist can offer tools and strategies to help you manage the emotional and practical aspects of this transition, at least for a short time. And they can also provide an objective perspective, helping you to clarify your goals and create a plan for achieving them. So let's talk about balancing freedom and structure. So one of the biggest changes in this phase of life is the shift from a structured routine to having more freedom with your time. And so while this freedom can be exhilarating, especially at first, well, it can also feel a little overwhelming. Like, what did I do today? It can be easy to feel like lost with a no sense of a regular schedule. So striking a balance between enjoying this newfound freedom and maintaining some structure is key to staying productive and fulfilled. So creating a new routine that incorporates activities that you enjoy can help provide a sense of purpose and normalcy. Whether it's dedicating certain days to a new business, new exercise, social activities, or volunteering, having a plan can make your days more fulfilling. I have many friends, they've gotten into pickleball. They go several times a week. So don't hesitate to get help on this or pursue options. So this stage is also an ideal time to explore travel and adventure. With fewer obligations tying you down and the possibility of working remotely, you can take that dream trip, explore new places, or even try living in a different part of the world for a while. So these experiences can enrich your life and provide fresh perspectives and vitality. And there are so many options available. And I tell you, if you start pursuing them, you're going to start getting many, many messages from them. As soon as you do, you will find every brochure possible showing up at your front door. So at the same time, maintaining your health and well-being should remain a priority. Very, very important. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and mental health practices like meditation or mindfulness can really help you stay physically and emotionally healthy as you embrace this new chapter. And we have quite a few podcasts on this and sources. And we also have extra sources now in our halftimesuccess.com. You will be able to pursue those when that is fully launched. So let's look forward with optimism. And as you move forward, it's important to, celebrate your past achievements and recognize how they've shaped who you are today. Don't throw those away. How that experience? Well, this period is not just an end, but a new beginning filled with possibilities as you answer, what now? And it's a decision to embrace the unknown with curiosity and an open mind. And doing so, it can lead to exciting opportunities that you may not have even imagined. So keeping an open mindset of exploration and learning is extremely important at this stage of life. Crafting a legacy is another meaningful way to approach this stage, whether through creative work, establishing family traditions, or even engaging in philanthropy, well, consider how you want to be remembered and what impact you want to leave on the world. Many are starting writing their memoirs or a history of their family. So we only need to look back at history to see how impactful some of our leaders were in this country in preserving our freedoms. After selling his company, Tom Hand, in fact, check out the podcast where I interviewed him. He created Americana Corner in 2020 to share informative stories of the momentous events, significant documents, and influential leaders that helped create and shape our country. And through compelling articles and captivating videos, well, he continues to give back in a creative and generous way to a cause that he believes in, and one that is beneficial to not only education, but also preserving the history of our country. It's a wonderful mission statement. Make sure you check that out. Now, to apply all of this, if you are still in the throes of raising children or grandchildren or caring for parents or some years away from ending a career, but it's not too early to think beyond the present and continue building into areas that will pay off tremendously when changes do occur, because they will. And by reflecting on your identity, navigating the emotional journey, redefining your purpose, and building a support network, balancing freedom and structure, and looking forward with optimism, well, you can successfully navigate this new chapter now or in the future and make it one of the most rewarding phases of your life. Now, I can't stress this hard enough how important this is. And don't be blindsided all of a sudden when you hit this stage of life. There are realities to deal with. When the point where we were caring for our parents, they have now passed on, but there were 5 to 7 years where it was very, very intense in caring for parents as well. We still did some travel. We still had one of our children coming through getting launched. We had a couple weddings. There were a lot of little family things throughout there. But we knew this time we were planning for it, planning to travel. And of course, got a little sidelined with the shutdowns, but those things happen, life happens, but still plan ahead, have those goals, be excited about them. If you are in a career and you know that's going to end, start that little side business you've always dreamt of, just at the side, and make sure you get our free downloads about that. And don't be afraid to do that, just kind of to explore. Do some more educational courses. There are so many online courses available. So I want to encourage you in this. Do not give up. There's a whole next chapter as you answer your what's next and you pursue it. Spend time with those core values, though. Very, very important. And family is one of my core values, and my relationship with my husband, part of that. Very, very important in my life. And it's paid off now in droves. It is wonderful how that companionship, that friendship, that input in my life, it's really a gift. So thank you again for joining me and for being hanging with us all the way to the end. And you can get our articles, weekly articles, goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. You can reach me a lot of other places. Make sure you start checking out that halftimesuccess.com. It will be fully launched later this fall. But you can kind of get a glimpse of what that will be like with a lot of wonderful, trusted resources. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll look forward to being with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show, and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenandhalftime.com.